Hello everybody, welcome to the Hunter Gatherer channel, and today I'm going to talk about my turkey gun. Last year, if you've watched the videos, I shot my first turkey and my second turkey last spring. It was pretty exciting. I've been trying to get a turkey for a few years, and finally happened. The plan for today's video is to show you what gun I use, what my setup is, and I'm also going to do an upgrade. So let's start with checking out the gun. We're just going to do a quick check. Gun is empty, magazine is empty, it's on safe. This is a Mossberg 935. I bought this gun about 10 years ago when I started duck hunting a little bit, and I wanted to get a gun that was wasn't going to break the bank, but that would work well for ducks or geese. It's a 12 gauge. This will shoot 2 3/4 up to 3.5 inch shells. Came with 3 chokes, and a few years ago, when I was really starting to work on turkey hunting, I was using just the full choke that came with the gun, and I tried 3 or 4 different types of loads, and I just wasn't getting the pattern that I wanted, and I missed like 3 different toms. 2 years ago I decided it was time to make a change, but that year I ended up having nose reconstruction surgery. I hunted the very first day that I could for turkey, and that's the day that I missed. I called a whole flock in, and I missed a really nice tom. There was like 4 longbeards at 20 yards, and I missed. And that year I bought a Carlson, what is it, the Winchester Longbeard XR choke tube, and it is a .683. I switched to Winchester Longbeard XRs. I think I'm shooting number 6s or 5s. These are actually 3.5. These are actually 3.5 inch, and they're number 4s, but I don't like the way they pattern and they beat the crap out of you. So I'm using 3 inch. I think they're number 5s, and it seems to work really well out of this. That year I also put this True Glow red dot scope on, and it did well last year. The problem is that it's a very large scope. It's obtrusive, it sticks out, it gets caught on stuff. And the other thing is that when you get a nice cheek weld like this, like you're looking down, and you're looking down the barrel where you should, if you had your eyes closed, you feel like that's comfortable, you look up and it's so high. I actually have to raise my head like 1.5 inches, maybe 2 inches. I'm just barely on my chin on the stock to get the right field of view. And it worked, and I got 2 birds. I don't like it. It's not comfortable. And so that is the plan for the upgrade today. I have a Sims Vibration Laboratories recoil pad on, which definitely helps with the kick. And I have a video of putting one of those on Joy's shotgun. She really enjoys it. That's my gun. I think this is a really good gun. I mean, I know a lot of people are going to 20 gauge, and then some are going to 410s. I would consider a 20 gauge. I don't really see the need to purchase another shotgun right now when this one is doing the trick. I like some guys are using 20 gauge like a youth model that's more compact, so your barrel's a little shorter, your length of pull is a little shorter, you can maneuver a little bit better in the trees. I like the concept, and I'm sure it's lighter too, and the recoil is less. But this gun seems to be doing the trick for me, and I'm not too worried about it. Maybe someday I'll get it camo dipped or something like that and make it feel like it's a new gun. But currently, this is my go-to turkey gun, and I'm pretty excited to get out there and pattern this again and make sure we're ready to go for May 1st. I told you that I wanted to do a couple of upgrades to the shotgun. And really, it's not, I guess it is a couple of upgrades, but, well, let's just check into it. This particular company I've purchased 2 items from, and I really think they have good quality products, and I'm going to stick with them until I see otherwise. This is the Vortex Venom red dot scope in 3 MOA, and I'm going to break into this in a second and show you about it. But I want to show you this other item that I purchased, and this is from a company called Sumtoy, Sumtoy, Sumtoy Customs, and they make many things, but they're really like big into turkey hunting, waterfowl hunting, things like that. They make a lot of chokes. They make barrels. You can send your barrel there. They can cut it down, rethread it, make you a custom choke. This item here is their custom red dot scope mount. And the cool thing about it, and I'm going to show you, is that instead of like a normal, like a Picatinny rail or a normal scope rail that sits flat and kind of high on the gun, this probably has at least a 1/4 inch, if not, I don't know, 3/16 of an inch rise just from this mount. And this mount here is convex. No, it's concave, right? So it's rounded, so it kind of sits down over your receiver just a little bit and kind of gets you a little closer. And with the combination of this and the lower red dot scope, I should be able to drop down at least an inch. Let's get into these accessories and dive in a little bit deeper. So the red dot scope that I purchased is the Vortex Venom red dot. It's got a fully multi-coated anti-reflective lens to increase light transmission. Armor Tech ultra hard lens coating to defend against scratches and dirt. It's shock proof, it's waterproof. It has a 3 MOA dot, and it does not have any magnification. What you see normally through your eye is what you're going to see through this, except for with the red dot on it. They got my purchase because Vortex has a great name. They have a great warranty program. If I was to drop my shotgun off of the balcony and landed on this scope and it breaks, they would replace it. If I drove over it with my truck, they'll replace it. No questions asked. So, and they're an American company, so that's why I went with them. So they always have a great packaging of their product. They've got the Allen wrench and some Allen screws here. This says it's for the Glock if you're going to put it on your Glock. So this was packaged and vacuum sealed, all nice, and I forgot to turn my camera on, so I had to do it again. So this is the items that we have in here. This is the scope. It's very small and very sleek. It doesn't stick off of your gun too far. It has a really small footprint, and one reason that I went with the Vortex Venom, they have a Viper also. That's a pretty nice scope, and I went with the Venom because the battery compartment is on the top. You don't have to take this off to change your battery underneath, so it's an easy, what's the word I want to go with? It's easy to change the battery. It's not a difficult task. So I liked that. To turn it on or to turn your your red dot brighter or dimmer is right on the side there, easy to get to. And you have your elevation and your windage right on the top and side there. So that's the scope. It comes with a little scope cover that slides over top of that. I believe these are probably easy to lose. I might want to look into seeing if you can find some extras. Comes with a battery. Comes with a really nice screwdriver, small on the one side for your windage and elevation, and a larger one to get to the battery. And then it has this base plate here, this little mount that just screws down and clamps onto your Picatinny rail or whatever you're using, and this just mounts on top like there. But it does raise your sight up just a little bit by using that, and I'm planning on not using that with this Some Toy custom mount, red dot mount. So let's get this stuff out back in here. We'll get back to it in a little bit, and we're going to check out this custom red dot scope mount. And here it is again, Some Toy Customs. This is specific for the Mossberg 835 and 935. And when you call them, here, I'll give you their phone number here. 912-237-4360. It's right there on this. It's kind of like a business card if you wanted to use it for that. Anyhow, they have a website. It was a little difficult to work through their website, and they told me that that was done on purpose because there are so many gun-specific mounts. They want to make sure that you get the right one and you don't order the wrong one. Now, if you look at this, compared to this, that's the same footprint on that base plate. What we're doing is eliminating this item. So this Vortex Venom will sit directly on there. So we're going to screw this into the gun. It's pre-drilled. We're going to take the old rail off, and then we're going to set this right on top of it. And just those two mounting screws, and it's going to be in place. It's time to remove the True Glow red dot. Now, like I said, it works well, and I'm actually going to take this and put it on a Mossberg 500 that I have for either Brielle or Joy to use during turkey season. And this has adjustable brightness. It has a red or green dot. And other than not being completely sure if it's going to hold up to the 12 gauge, it works well. So we're going to place that over here just out of the way. And then this takes 4 screws into the receiver. That's off. Now, time for the mount. And I'm trying to figure out which way it should go. I guess I gotta maybe look at the scope also to see which way it goes on the mount, so that way I know which way it goes. Alright, those screws line up that way, and they do not this way. So, this goes like so, and this is going to go like that. So this is going to slide forward right there. And I have here somewhere some blue Permatex thread locker. And I use this whenever I'm mounting a scope. It locks it, but it's able to be removed. I believe the red stuff is the stuff that's like really, really hard to break free, but the blue will break free. It's just gives it a little extra adhesion. We're gonna get this on there. Drop it down in this hole. This one, we'll tighten it up the rest of the way once we get the other one on. Okay, the mount is on, and now we just need to get the red dot, the Vortex Venom, mounted on there. I'm just going to set this down in. Clips into place, and the screws are provided, and they also provide this is a Torx wrench. There we go. Down in there. And they sent 3 screws in case I guess you strip one of them out. That's pretty good of them. Okay, that's tightened down. And I did a measurement earlier, but I'm just going to set this up here so you can see the difference. See how much taller? I mean, that's above the top of that, the Venom. And then you've got another 3/4 of an inch before you can see. So I'm just going to measure the back of this. This one is, I think it was an inch and, I mean, it's so close to 1.5 inches. This, at least half of that. It's, no, less than that. It's like 5/8 of an inch, 9/16 maybe, to the back of that. And the very front is 1 1/8 inches to the top of that. So the top of this is shorter than that. The top of the Vortex Venom is shorter than the True Glow scope. So I think I'm going to be pretty excited about that. I wanted to show you how easy it is to change this battery. Now this is a lithium cell CR1632. And this is the screwdriver that they give. It's kind of a little bit stubby and fat. Right into that little slot there. It's built for it, obviously. So remove this battery compartment. It goes up like so. And this cover kind of has a lip on it. You're going to try to get right around that battery. There we go. Just had to find the threads. There it is. To operate this scope, to turn it on, you can either push the up arrow or the down arrow. And this has two modes. It has an auto mode, which if you hold the arrow down, the light will flash 3 times. And that will, when you push a button, it will auto brighten or darken, depending on light conditions. And it will also shut off after 14 hours of use. If you hold down and it flashes twice, then it's manual brightness change, and you just hit the up arrow or down arrow for the brightness. And I believe you also hold the button down to shut it off. The windage and elevation is 1 inch at 100 yards. And I just want to see if you can see. I have the light turned on, and you can see the light in the scope there. And the cool thing about these red dots is wherever the red dot is, you can see I'm not moving the gun, I'm moving the camera. The dot is staying in the same spot on the wall, even though it's moving in the lens. And so that's for quick acquisition of the target. When you come up, that red dot, whatever it's pointing at, is exactly where your barrel is pointing. It's quite a difference on the cheek weld between the True Glow and the Vortex. I don't know if you remember it, but I was up on my chin to look through the True Glow scope, and I can get all the way down to almost my cheekbone, which is where I usually hold. If I didn't have the sight on, I would be right there. And all I gotta do is come up like maybe 3/8 of an inch. And it's really not changing where it is. It's just coming up just a little bit to where I can see that red dot in the lens. It's pretty amazing, really. It definitely cleans it up. It's a lot smaller, a lot less hanging up that can catch on something, and it just gives it a nice sleek look. And I have a lot more confidence in this than the True Glow just build quality, warranty, all those type of things. The other thing is the True Glow dot is a lot larger, which can be a good thing in closer distances, but I like a smaller dot. It doesn't take up as much of the target. And really that Sum Toy mount, it's worth it. I mean, it was like $50, but it's just that much closer. There are other options out there. There's a plethora of options. This is just the option I decided to go with. I'm really excited about it. I'm going to find my screws and that I took out of here and plug those 2 holes back up. And this thing is going to be ready to rock. We'll be able to get to the range and pattern this thing, and we should be pretty happy with it. I'm excited, and you know, I enjoy upgrading my guns to something that's more comfortable. Yeah, the other sight was about $50, plus the rail was probably 25, so I got into it for like $75 probably, something like that. And it worked, but I just wasn't happy with it. It wasn't super comfortable, and I don't think that it has the quality as the Vortex does. You can get by with it, and I got by with it, and I shot 2 turkeys with it, and I'm not complaining. I'm not getting rid of that red dot. I am going to move it over to a different gun, and hopefully it'll work for them, and we'll still be able to use it, and hopefully we don't have an issue. So we'll see, but that's that. The new Vortex Venom, new for me, Vortex Venom red dot 3 MOA, with the Sum Toy red dot mount on my Mossberg 935. Turkeys better watch out. We're coming for them. I just want to thank you for checking out another video, and if you guys have liked and shared or commented on any of our videos, we appreciate it. If you haven't, hit the subscribe button. That would be amazing if you would. It's going to be right at the end, a little picture of me, and you can click that, or you can just click subscribe down below the video. That's going to be it for the Mossberg 935 upgrade, and check it out. We're going to be the next video will be the Mossberg 500 youth model gun. I'm just going to throw that True Glow scope on there and just show you how I did that, and we'll be patterning both of these coming up. Alright, hey, thanks a lot for watching. Hopefully you'll watch the next one. We love you, God loves you, and we'll see you on the next video. Take it easy. See you later.